In this video, we're going to look at idioms, what they are, how to use them, plus a valuable exam tip at the end. This is the first in a series about idioms in the English language. It's about why we use idioms, what they are, and the pitfalls of incorrect usage. And in future videos, we'll look at different or individual idioms and go into their meanings and possible origins. So what are idioms? Well, in a nutshell, idioms are expressions or phrases that you can't tell the meaning of by looking at the individual words. And they often have a cultural or historical significance that might not be immediately obvious. If your sense of humour is similar to mine, you can find amusement by literally translating idioms from one language to another, and it might sound a little bit nerdy, but have a go. So here's an example from German. There's an expression they use when it's really windy and unpleasant. They say, es zieht wie Hechtsuppe, which literally translates to, it pulls like pike soup. So why do we use idioms? Well, generally it makes the speech more interesting or varied, and if people didn't use them at all, it would be quite dull and boring. And idioms can also be a way of conveying information in a shortened form. For example, the idiom in the doghouse. Now these three words tell us everything we need to know. So a man, not a child or a woman, but a man, has upset his wife or girlfriend and she's cross with him. And she's going to stay cross with him until he makes amends for whatever he did or didn't do that he should have done and makes her happy again. And as you can see, it has nothing to do with dogs or houses, which is what I meant earlier by saying not being able to deduce the meaning from the individual words. So what about your language? For me, one of the interesting things about idioms is how they're used in other languages and in comparison to English. So are there, for instance, identical expressions? Or is there a completely different expression with the same meaning to an English idiom? Or do you have idioms in your language or expressions that have no equivalent at all in English? And the thing that's interesting about this, it tells you a lot about the languages and the countries and cultures. A word of warning. No matter how fun idioms are, when you're using them, you have to be 100% correct, and if in doubt, don't risk getting it wrong. So a common expression used to describe very cold weather in England, or English, is it's cold enough to freeze the balls off a brass monkey. So not knock the balls off or freeze the arms off, not an iron monkey or even a brass gorilla. If you get one tiny element wrong, the whole thing is wrong and you could end up looking a bit silly. And also it needs to be appropriate to the situation. So you wouldn't use this expression if you're sitting out on the terrace drinking your cocktails in the summer and thinking, it's getting a bit balmy, maybe I should put a cardigan on. No, it has to be bloody cold. And this leads on nicely to the exam tip we mentioned at the start. So if you're in an exam situation, you will get extra marks for using idioms and using them correctly. So don't be afraid or nervous about using them. Just make sure you know the expression, you know what it means, and you know when to use it. And you'll get lots of extra points. So I have a question for you. What is your favourite English idiom? Please tell me about it in the comments below. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Also, if you're interested in learning English as a second language, please head on over to my website and have a look at some great articles there that will be of interest to you. I'll put the link in the description below. Okay, that wraps it up for this video. We look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.